Hello everyone, I'm happy to see you on the second video about Shanghai Grand Prix. Here is the tournament actually number 3, and it's the first game in this tournament. Opponent is trying to play Queen's Gambit with some switching moves. I was trying to keep some flexibility, but anyway we are going to the Queen's Gambit structure. I spent a bit time for deciding what to play, and I chose to play Slav defense, the line with the move a6, which has different names. I know it as Chebanenko system, and the point that I wanna capture c4 in the future when opponent will develop its light squared bishop. I was waiting and putting quite solid structure. Opponent is moving his bishop to e2, and now I already can capture pawn on c4 because opponent already spent one more move for moving that light squared bishop. After bishop is going forward, I'm happily attacking it with b pawn, pushing the bishop away, which makes this bishop moving third time, and immediately I'm trying to boom the center, and I'm pushing pawn to c5. Opponent was thinking, and moving b3 actually made me feel a bit strange. I didn't think about this way to develop the bishop for white, but okay, I'm just exchanging pawns on d4. Now white is getting an isolator, and I'm developing pieces with tempos. So after bishop b4, I simply can castle, and I think white is okay here, maybe quite solid, but black is more active. Black has more possibilities. Their pieces, especially bishops, are more cruel here because looking everywhere. I have nice square for blocking the d pawn with d5, and slowly I'm doing these moves and turning my plan into the life. Opponent is also putting pawn to b4. Of course it's giving to him c5 square, but I'm okay with my d5 and c4 squares. Opponent trying to pin my knight. I'm making some solid moves without spending time, because I didn't play quite long time the serious chess, so I'm spending a lot of time for thinking. I'm trying to play faster but maybe more solid. Conquering c-file, jumping with the knight to d5, offering exchange of the bishops. It's succeed. Now I'm blocking the pawn on d4. There is a blockade, and actually knights are quite nice blockers. I'm sure that you know it. White is offering me to exchange rooks. I'm slowly trying to go through the gaps in white position, but yeah, white has a c5 square, which is not so dangerous for me, I think. But I chose move knight f4 because maybe it can threat on g2, maybe it can threat on e2. I'm exchanging bishop on e2, and actually I think it wasn't such good choice because bishop was much weaker than my knight on f4. But now position is quite equal. I'm trying to attack checkmates. Opponent notices this and playing f3. And here is the blunder from the opponent. Yeah, I'm putting queen to f4 and attacking pawn on d4. Opponent maybe didn't notice it, maybe underestimated, but it's nice sign for me. I'm putting my bishop in the center. I don't care about the side pawns. Maybe you can remember it from my last video. So opponent is offering to exchange queens. Of course I'm not doing it because my queen is much stronger here, especially white has a lot of weaknesses. And I'm simply putting pressure on the pin piece, which is a knight. Knight is attacking my rook on c7, and there was a better move that I've done. queen e3 was better because of course rook at c1 is hanging and I just can win the pawn. But here after move rook b7, I think it's quite nice one because it's actually catching the knight. If knight just running to e8 or somewhere else, I can go rook d7 and checkmate is hanging, but opponent chose to give up the knight. Here is the next video. It's already the next round. I'm playing white, and again I'm choosing something closer to the Catalan, or maybe it's an English opening. So double fianchetto from both of sides. Actually, this game it wasn't such lucky. I lost track of the game, just developing pieces, castling as soon as possible, and after fighting for the center. So d4, that's the move which is trying to control the center. Black has solid position, it's quite hard to break it, but let's see what black will do. Here after b6 I decide to focus on the pawn c6. I can't say that it's weak or something, but again, in my mind knight e5 is trying to conquer more space. Maybe I can support it like f4 or something like this. In this game I just didn't care about exchanging of knights. Pawn is pushing black knight away, and here is the thing. I have to exchange my c pawn to d pawn because I don't want to give opposite opportunity to black. And now knight jump into b5 and pawn on e5 is protected. I can't say that it's a great structure for me, because now for example I can go knight d4 or maybe return back knight to c3, but still need care about e5 pawn. b4 I shouldn't do it. That's my opinion now, because I didn't notice that there is move knight a4 which is attacking my bishop, so bishop is going to the climb the position at a3, but still it's okay because I can protect everything. My queen is coming closer, and the idea just protect the bishop because I want to do something with the b pawn, for example push it forward, but bishop will hang. Here I am successfully doing my b5 move. Yeah, we are exchanging bishops, but black knight is getting the great place on the c5. I can't push it away, but another question what the knight is doing there. Actually nothing to attack. Only thing which is maybe not so good is pawn at b5, which is under attack, but I'm trying to switch my focus to the king side because black bishop stuck on the queen side. It simply cannot help to the black king. My knight on d4 is helping me to attack f5 and e6, so also the bishop can help on the light squares. Maybe smarter was a bit earlier to move the bishop to that diagonal, which is h3 c8, but black is trying to scare me on the c file, which is getting answer on the f file. I think it's more dangerous for black. I'm exchanging pawns again. I think bishop h3 was much stronger than exchange immediately, but still I think it's balanced game and it's quite equal game. So black is already switching their focus too, but I don't know why they're protecting the pawn so much. I didn't plan, to be honest, capture that pawn, it was just red. And here is the thing. Queen is going closer, but again, black knight is protecting everything, and I think it was a mistake actually. I captured knight on c5, rook sacrifice, both of us already has a lot of time troubles. I simply didn't have time for calculating everything. So sacrificing an exchange, capturing pawn and e6. The opponent is pushing pawn, don't know what for. I'm trying to push the king to the corner, and I have a plan, just put queen to g6 and queen h7 checkmate. Lucky me, opponent didn't notice it, and after queen g6 he just gave up. So thanks for watching, see you next week. Bye bye.